Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doddridge County High School, where today we have a great early season matchup between two hot teams in the state of West Virginia. The Doddridge County Bulldogs, they come into today's contest undefeated at 4-0, while the Polka Dots have made the 2.5-hour travel up the state at 6-1 in their early season. This is exactly what you look for in a late March setting. Two teams playing excellent baseball, both swing the bat well, both trying to prove that they are one of the top teams in the state early on. Now, since we've been gone, we've had a couple good games and some great wins. Let's talk about these Bulldogs. They outlasted South Harrison with an impressive 15-5 win, and it didn't start that way. Doddridge actually found themselves for the first time all season down 4-0 early, and that's where you really start to learn about this team. There was no panic. There was no pressing. They stayed focused, and they stayed the course. Then came the turning point, a 10-run fifth inning that completely flipped the game. That's an offensive explosion that you don't see very often, especially at this level. The team offense, they are deep, they are dangerous. What makes Doddridge dangerous is not just one guy. Their team batting average is .343, on-base percentage is .470, OPS at 1 as a team. This tells you everything. This lineup doesn't just hit, they get on base, and they keep the pressure on you. What you have, Tristan Swiger batting .500, Maxwell Nicholson contributing with multiple hits. Luke Rakiski has drove in runs and has scored runs consistently in every game. Meanwhile, guys like Murphy, Brockelman, DeHaven, they have all come up big. This lineup can hurt you from top to bottom, and right in the middle of it is the engine, Caleb Hall. He drove in 6 runs on 3 hits, including a 3-run home run and a base-clearing double in the same inning. That's dominance. And it's not just one game thing. Through the first 4 games, he's batting over .600 with power, already stacking up extra base hits, RBIs, and multiple home runs. He's the guy that opposing pitchers try to circle, but they can't because their power is top to bottom through the lineup. Now let's look at the mound. Last game, Hunter Hayhurst came up and picked up the win. He pitched 5 innings, battled through early adversity, but that's the sign of a true champion. He battled, he overcame, and that's the key. He didn't even have his best stuff early, and yet he still competed. Then you saw Malachi Kelly toe the rubber. He shut the door with a very clean inning. So you're starting to see some roles from starters. They've competed from the beginning. Bullpens are finishing games. That's what winning baseball teams do. But today is no different. Today is a test that comes with Poca bringing their 6-1 record to the table. And if you look at their schedule, they've been putting up runs in every game. 20 runs against Tannen, 21 runs in a game versus Tyler, 19 runs in other outings. This is a team that can flat out swing it. Very similar to Doddridge. Poca, here's what they're known for. Aggressive offense, putting pressure on defenses, and they don't go away quietly. They've already played more games than Doddridge. They're a little more battle tested. And when you score things like they do, you come in confident. This is going to be a great game. This is going to be a game of 2 teams that step onto the field expecting to win. This could come down to which lineup executes better with runners on, which pitching staff limits the big innings, and honestly, who controls the momentum. When we come back, we're going to find out the keys to the game. We're going to look at what it's going to take to be successful and how do the Bulldogs continue this run at a perfect season thus far. We'll be right back.
Key Oil Company has been a proud member of the North Central West Virginia community since 1978. Key Oil Company has been drilling and producing gas and oil in West Virginia for nearly 50 years. Home office located in Weston, West Virginia. Key Oil Company is a proud supporter of all Doddridge County student athletes. Let's go Bulldogs! Looking for automotive service you can trust? Turn to Rokiski Service Center in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Family owned and operated since 1924. We've proudly served generations of local drivers with dependable, honest automotive care. From routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, and tires, to lift kits, custom wheels, and off-road accessories, we help keep your vehicle ready for anything. Visit Rokiski Service Center at 798 West Pike Street or call 304-623-2836 today. That's Rokiski Service Center, 304-623-2836.
And welcome back here to a gorgeous afternoon, and we're going to talk with Justin Wright. And Justin, what do you think the key to these games? There's three of these keys that we're looking at today as how the Bulldogs are going to come away successful.
Ben, these are some pretty good points here that we're going to look at. Limiting the big innings. Not only did we have a couple games where some teams had some big innings, I think Doddridge showed that they can score 10 in an inning or whatever is needed. They have that stature, they have that pose about themselves. Today, I think that they're going to make sure Poca doesn't do the same to them. Also, if we got to throw strikes, we got to play good, crisp, clean defense and avoid the free bases. You know, you can pitch all you want, you can throw strikes all you want, but if you don't have a defense, it's going to make it hard.
Let's take a look at those keys of the game one more time. I had this is all my fault. We had the wrong thing muted there. So, Justin, go ahead and run that down for us again on what it's going to take to be successful.
All right, Ben. Yeah, now I can hear myself in here.
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering. I thought something was wrong. Okay, so I know that's our first key here. It's limiting the big inning, which is something that we've been dealing with. We've been having some innings where we'll have a few errors. It's kind of like domino effect. We just got to limit that big inning. And, they've showed that we can score the 10 runs. If we need them, we can score whatever we need. And but today, we got to make sure Poca doesn't do the same thing to us as it's happened before. We're going to have to jump on them early. We're going to throw strikes, and we're going to play some clean defense. We got to avoid the free bases. If you can throw all the strikes you want, they're going to put the bat on the ball a little bit, but if you don't have the defense behind them, you just can't pull through the wind.
That's right.
Now we got number 2 here, winning the first 2 innings, which is really, really important. Jumping on these guys first is going to be real important. Like you said, last game, Doddridge kind of fell behind in the first 6 outs of the game. They had multiple errors, which it showed on the scoreboard. They realized it, and they had to come through and correct what was wrong. You don't want to give them that confidence early in the game. You want to make sure that you set the tempo early. And against a team like Poca, you don't want to give them the confidence that they deserve early in the game. We'll just set the tone from pitch 1 and try to hold the tempo and composure through the game. And I got here the third tip. It's keep the line moving. This is where the offense is at its best, when it's not just home runs, not walks, not just singles, not just the pressure that's coming on it. It's about, all of them meshing together. It's about passing the baton. When one has a down, the other one's coming right behind them with another big swing. If Doddridge County keeps getting the guys on base, they'll create another big inning, and that's what they've been doing. I'm glad of them. I'm proud of them, and I'm happy to see that.
It's been good so far. So let's take this closing takeaway. This is a great early season matchup to finally see a measuring stick per se. Doddridge has shown explosive resilience and depth. Poca has shown they can score. They can put runs across the plate as good as anybody. So I think that's going to be a great matchup and something to give today. We're about to find out which one of these teams decide to keep that motor running. Guys, when we come back, we'll have our first pitch, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
All right, and welcome back. And we have the coaches up there having their final words with the umpires. And let's take a look today at the starting lineup. Our starting lineups for Poca, we're going to have the pitcher is their leadoff, Nate Christian. In left field, Nick Grayley. At shortstop will be Cooper Jones. And in center field, Jackson McClahan. First base, Colton Dunbar. And if we have a pronunciation that's wrong, we will get that fixed as we go. But let's go back to second base. Logan English. And in the DH spot, Jaden Bowles. In right field, Aaron Walsh. And at third, Daniel Byrne. And at the catcher, Grayson Brumfield. This coach comes in as his second year as the head coach here for Poca. We got a chance to talk to him a little bit before the game. He's excited about these young men and what they're going to bring to the table. He's excited about the future of them. You know, Justin, he came and spoke very well of these guys.
Yeah, he did. He had a pretty good attitude about how the situation he was in. He has a couple things going on in the field. And it's a long trip to come down here to play baseball. You know, when you're on the road for a couple hours, and you got to get your mindset right. I can tell like the coach was a little concerned about it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think they joined the LKC last year, I believe it was, and to come up here and play a lot of these teams. He's already made this trip once. He came to Tyler Consolidated, which is another 45 minutes past here. So they've already put a lot of miles on the bus. And on a Saturday to get up, you got to think they had to leave at 7, 8 o'clock this morning. So we're going to find out the resilience of this team. I think this does help them in the long run to see these traveling. If they do end up making it to the playoffs and wherever that seeding may be, bus rides aren't going to affect them. Let's look at the homestanding Doddridge Bulldogs. Let's look at the starting lineup. At leadoff, number 2 will be the shortstop, Brody Brockman, followed up in the 2-hole by the senior, number 50. In center field, Luke Rakiski. And in the 3rd hole, number 7 in right field, Caleb Hall. Batting cleanup, number 10 at third base will be Dane Murphy. In the 5 spot, number 12 on the mound will be Tristan Swiger. In the 6th hole, number 8 at second base, Malachi Kelly. In the 7th hole, number 3, playing first base today, Mr. Josh DeHaven. And in the 8th slot, number 11 in left field, Hunter Hayhurst. And in the double leadoff, 9 hole, will be our catcher, Maxwell Nicholson. Now, there's not a lot changed, but a little bit of change in this lineup. And what we're seeing is these guys being able to play a lot of different roles, playing a lot of different positions, and still producing quite well. When we come back, we'll have our national anthem, and we'll be ready for the opening pitch on this beautiful Saturday afternoon.
And with the rest of the remaining
Welcome back. What we're seeing now is these young men coming out for the starting lineups for both teams. But I will tell you, we'll take a minute here today and welcome the Salem Little League. They are coming out, the 9 and 10-year-olds. I believe they're the minor league, and they're going to have the young men follow out the players to their position, and they're going to do the national anthem with them. Let's turn to this slot so we can see. Let's get our camera working here.
Right fielder, number 7, Caleb Hall.
It's good to see these young people out at the ballpark, be able to come out here and watch and be with these younger guys. Justin, do you remember when you were a young kid seeing these high schoolers?
No, yeah, Ben. So these guys, this is a big deal for these guys. Getting to come out here and really look up to these guys that are really working hard and putting in the work. It's the little things in life that you can reflect off of to really make yourself a better person, just a better athlete, And they got a bunch of good athletes out here for these kids to look up to. This is a real good thing.
11, Hunter Hayhurst.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and find out what's going on with our graphics and our camera, and we will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just moments away from our opening pitch. And we're going to see Tristan Swiger on the mound today for the Bulldogs as a sophomore that so far has already been very impressive in his limited outings. He's one of the guys that the Bulldogs do believe is going to be an ace for them. Even though he's a sophomore, he has a lot of innings behind his belt and brings a lot to offer. He's got a snap on his fastball. He does have a 3-pitch approach, and we're pretty excited about him. Justin, give us some rundown on Tristan.
Tristan's, definitely one of our good pitchers here. He's got real good velocity. He's really upped his game a lot. Probably picked up about 10 miles an hour since the end of last year. 8-10 miles an hour. He's got real nice cutter, slider that breaks real hard. He's a good kid. He's at it for his age. Very mature kid, and he has a lot to offer these guys. I'm just really looking forward to what he's doing. He's just starting to blossom here in the year, and hopefully has a good game here.
I do look for Tristan to command early. One of the things that he does is he commands with the fastball. But I'll tell you what, he is going to face a lineup that is quite impressive. And if we look down through it, these polka dots are no stranger to base hits. The leadoff guy right now is batting .571, and then followed up by Grayley. Grayley is batting .679. So some of these guys can swing the bat. I look down through here at Jones. For them, Jones comes in at batting .484. They're 6-1 for a reason. These guys can put the ball in play. These guys can definitely transition those into runs because they score multiple-digit runs every game, it seems like.
Sure.
So Tristan's going to have to be on his horse. He's going to have to realize it's not going to be a fastball every time. We're going to have to see Tristan really pitch today, but I think that's exactly what he's been waiting for as we see our throwdown, and it looks like first pitch is just a moment away. We're excited that you're with us today with WVRC, Doddridge County. Always thankful for those that have been our sponsors and with us from day one, and we appreciate you being here. So hopefully we have a beautiful day of baseball so far. Temperature of about 45 degrees, very light wind, sunny, so a blue drop back to the sky should have no problems with things in the air. Wind will not be a factor today, and although we like it to be a little bit warmer, we will welcome the sunshine today. So here we go. We are set as Swiger toes the rubber from the windup, and in the box is going to be the pitcher, Nate Christian. First pitch, strike. Fastball by Swiger, gets ahead early, and this is what the Bulldogs need to do. Get ahead, stay ahead. Anytime that you can be ahead in the count, it opens up for other pitches that they can do. Pitch number 2, curveball, misses just a little high. And that's going to even the count to 1-1. Swiger from the windup delivers fastball up the middle. Looks like it's going to be a base hit into center field. And just like he has done many times, Christian finds his way on base as the leadoff with a single up the middle. And this brings to the plate the left fielder, Grayley.
That brings to the plate number 18, Nick Grayley.
Looks like they're going to have a runner, courtesy runner for the pitcher. That is going to be number 31.
There it is.
And we've got Grayley in the box, number 2 hitter. Fastball, strike 1. And we have no balls, 1 strike, no outs here in the early half of the first inning with a runner on first for the Dots. Ball hit foul down the right side. That's going to bring up no balls, 2 strikes. And let's take a look here who our pinch runner is. Number 31 looks to be Mr. Lucas Wright over there as the courtesy runner for the pitcher. No balls, 2 strikes. Swiger looks on, has his pitch. Hits a curveball, late breaker, but didn't fool the batter. Grayley was all over that as he drives it down the right field line. You know, we welcome all of you that are watching today. A little different atmosphere. Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock game start. One ball now. We got one ball, two strikes. We got a fastball low. That brings up one ball, two strikes with nobody out. If you're just joining, the leadoff hitter for the Dots, Nate Christian, had a single up the middle. And then a pinch runner over here, courtesy runner for the pitcher. Fastball catches the inside corner, and that's going to be a strikeout looking. And that's what the answer was the Dogs were looking for. After giving up the opening base hit, he comes back, shuts the door. And now we're looking at the three-hole hitter, Mr. Cooper Jones. He's also the shortstop. Fastball just misses on the outside, and that goes one ball, no strikes. At the plate is Cooper Jones. Fouls it back, so we're count is even, 1-1 with one out here in the top of the first. Jones is a very strong hitter in and of himself. Has done a great job in the early part of their season. He's in the three-hole for a reason. He's batting .484. And we got a curveball just above his head, so they're going to let that go for a ball. It's got two balls, one strike, one out. Jones at the plate. Swiger has had good command with his fastball so far. Off speed has struggled, but it looks like to warm up. A little cutter in there for two balls, two strikes. Evens the count up with one out.
That's a good follow-up pitch right there. A 2-ball, 1 strike.
Line drive into right center. That's going to fall for a base hit. And just like we thought, the Polka Dots bring their bats with them when they got off the bus. They did not leave them at home because the first three hitters have produced 2 base hits up the middle, and they're looking at runners at first and second with one out, and that brings the cleanup hitter in, the center fielder, Jackson, to the plate.
Yeah, Ben, this is one of them things where they just got to hang in there and stick with it.
Swiger delivers fastball inside corner, going to be a ball, just missed. The breeze starting to pick up a little bit. You can see Old Glory waving in center field, so we got a little bit of a right center breeze. Fastball hit to the right side. Hall camps under it. See if we have a guy tagging, and we do not. So they will not contest the arm of the senior right fielder, and that's going to bring up 2 outs with runners at first and second. And the 5-hole hitter, Colton Dunbar, which is our first baseman for tonight. And Dunbar brings to the plate a .400 average.
That's a pretty smart move there by the Dots, not tagging up on that.
Yeah, I don't think they'd want to contest that this early, but they didn't even fake it. Fastball outside corner, catches for strike. So no balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. The Dots have had early success so far. Base hits up the middle. A backwards K. And then a fly ball to the right field. Swiger looking good and confident with the fastball. Usually build the momentum from there. He's got no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the first. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman, Malachi Kelly, gobbles it up, throws the ball over to DeHaven, and that's going to be out number 3 as we go to the home side of the first inning, and we will be right back after these short messages.
Check this out.
Welcome back to the home side of the first inning, and the young man on the mound for the Polka Dots, this is not his first start. He's got 10.1 innings already. He's given up 4 hits. He also has given up 10 runs, but only 5 of them have been earned. Now, I will say he's walked 10 batters early on in the season. That's not abnormal, but he has brought 13 strikeouts. So from the left side of the mound, I would expect to see a guy that's got a lot of movement and a guy that he is a senior, so he probably brings a lot of
leadership.
A lot of leadership to the mound.
Sure, absolutely. Looks like I was watching this guy warm up.
So Brody Brockelman.
He's got pretty good form. He looks like he's got a good delivery. Left-hander. He's in a nice arm slot. So we'll see what we can do here.
So Brody Brockelman is up to the plate, leadoff hitter for Doddridge.
Fast hands Brody up the bat.
So he faces the southpaw for Poca. He steps off. He wants to see his signs again. And Brody takes a timeout. He wants to think about it. So now we got a little chess game. Who's going to think about it the most? Who put together the best plan? And here we see the pitcher deliver. That's going to be a fastball up. Wisely laid off on that. And we have 1 ball, no strikes. What we're trying to do for you today is bring up the card for each player as they come up. Just some things we're trying with. But it's we always looking to improve the video broadcasting. Brockman hits a ground ball to shortstop, but the throw is high.
Good call.
Brings the first baseman off the bag, and Brody's speed, like we've talked about, forces that throw. And just because of an error, we now do have Brody Brockman on first base.
Good for the leadoff. That's what the leadoff job is to do, is to get on base. Good job, Brody.
At the plate is our senior, Luke Rakiski. Luke in the 2-hole, plays center field, senior, commit to Potomac State. Last time he was here on the home field, he got his 100th hit, and there's a hit and run.
He dropped it.
Not sure what our call is going to be here. Let's talk. Did he catch it in the field and runners out? What are we going to call here? As the umpires are going to get together and have a little conversation of what they saw.
It looked like a drop infield fly.
It's not. It won't be going out as an infield fly. It wasn't high enough. So we're going to find out the signal here. Are they going to give this a error to the shortstop that he dropped it? But if he did catch it, they should be doubled up. It'll be 2 outs. So I think the call here is going to be that there's 2 outs.
Good call, Blue. Good call, Blue.
That's the right call. The kid caught it on the transition, dropped it, and now there's 2 outs. They did throw the ball to first base, so let's run this back. Rakiski hits a line drive during a hit and run. The shortstop clearly caught the ball. Drops the ball on transition, so the batter's already out from the catch. Brockman can't go back to first. So when he threw back to first base, that was the tag-up that didn't take place. So now we have 2 outs. Nobody on, 2 outs, and our senior, Caleb Hall, comes to the plate. It looks weird, but that was the right call by the umpires.
Right fielder number 7, Caleb Hall.
Well, this is just one of them adversity situations.
And Caleb gets hit by the first pitch inside, and that puts the senior Hall on first with the big man, number 10, Dane Murphy, the cleanup hitter.
2 down, that brings to the plate third baseman, number 10, Dane Murphy.
Pickoff move back over to first. You always got to watch that lefty. Lefty move to first. So shorten your lead up. Once you know he's delivering, take a bigger secondary. It kind of avoids the cheap pickoff that can happen from a crafty lefty. Here comes the delivery. Dane swings on, line drive to right field. That's going to get by him. Dane's going to be able to get on his horse. That's going to score Hall. That was a hit and run. And Murphy's going to be a stand-up triple. Hall touches home plate. And we have our very first run of the game taken by the Dogs by a triple from the great Dane Murphy.
I tell you, really pulling through right there in the 4 spot. That's what the 4 spot's all about. He's got guys in scoring position. He's got a job to do, and he got it done. Good job, Dane Murphy.
Stepping in the box, the pitcher for the Bulldogs, Tristan Swiger. Tristan has swung a hot bat as of late. He's batting right at .500 for the season so far as he takes a fastball high. These Bulldogs really came on in that last game with South Harrison by posting 14 hits as a team against a very strong pitching staff that the Hawks have had so far. Ground ball to the shortstop, gobbled up, throws it across, and that's going to be out number 3. Now the Bulldogs, although 3 outs, they've already put a run across the board on 1 hit, 1 error, and we are now going in the top half of the second, and we'll be right back.
Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs! Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia, is a family-owned and operated business. We have a full showroom with displays of flooring ranging from luxury vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, carpet, sheet vinyl, carpet tiles, and more. We offer commercial and residential installation. Let's turn your home or business into something special. Call 304-869-3969. Financing is available. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia. Call 304-869-3969 or visit us on Facebook.
Welcome back, and we are in the top of the second inning already. So far, we've seen some really good hits by the Bulldogs, although we had an out. We go back to Rakiski. Rakiski barreled a ball to the shortstop. He was just caught. And if we have questions about that, I know viewers at home might be wondering what happened. Well, here's how the play went down. We had Bronkelman at first base, takes off on a hit and run. Rakiski laces a ball to the shortstop. Shortstop caught the ball in the air. Umpires ruled that it was on the transition. So that means the catch stood, and Bronkelman did not get back to first because it was too late to do so. So when they threw the ball across the diamond, it looked like they were throwing it to get Luke Rakiski out, but he would already been retired. So when they threw the ball back across, that is where the tag out came. So we now have 2 outs on an unfortunate circumstance. But then we flip to the next batter. Hall gets hit, and we do the hit and run again.
That's right.
And Dane Murphy hits a triple to the fence.
4 spot. How many hit and runs has this guy pulled clutch through and just really put triples, doubles on the board on these hit and runs? You know, that's just spectacular things.
It is, and that's baseball. When you do hit and runs, you're going to give up, you're given the opportunity for double plays. It's not a base running mistake. It's part of the game when you do hit and run. So here we go. Now, we are all caught up. We know how the scores went across. The Doddridge County Bulldogs won, the Poca Dot 0. The Dots do have 2 singles in the first inning, so they did not forget their bats as they drove the 2.5-hour bus ride up here.
I definitely expect these boys to be swinging a bat. They've been winning some games.
Swiger starts off strike 1. Number 17, the 6-hole hitter that plays second base, Logan English, is in the box. And he swings off, fouls off, and that brings up no balls, 2 strikes.
I tell you, Tristan Swiger right now, he's really in the zone. He's beating the plate. He's on the corners. That one's a little over the center of the plate. We like to keep it off the center of the plate, but 2 strikes here. Let's see what he's going to come back. He's going to go after him. He's going to get him to chase.
Here we go. 0-2. And curveball sinks in there, and he found that little hook to it and drops it right in there perfectly with fastball, curveball for the strike.
Looking good right there. That slider was up and in. He threw it right at his hip, broke it right on the inside of that corner. It looked good.
At the plate is the designated hitter, Jaden Bowles. He takes a fastball up and in for ball 1. The good thing Tristan has done is that FPS that we have preached so much, that first pitch strike, he's done an excellent job thus far at getting ahead of batters.
Yeah, first pitch, getting up in the count's huge. Very big, very big.
So the count goes to 1-1. And Swiger delivers to
Nice.
the DH, fastball.
Up in the count.
Now he's got 1 ball, 2 strike. Now, usually you want him to be away a little bit, but last time he broke the curveball in there for a quick strikeout. Let's see what he goes here. Fastball inside.
Now he's going to come right in that same slot and throw a slider on the inside pitch, I bet you.
This would be a great time to bring it. Now he's set it up with the inside fastball. 2-2 count, 1 out, top of 2. Fastball gets him reaching on the outside corner, and that quickly goes 2 strikeouts for the Bulldogs, and that brings up for the Polka Dots number 16. I believe that. No, number 24. So what we have here is the right fielder, Aaron Walsh, is being the DH'd for. We didn't have that clearly on the card yet. So the right fielder is Aaron Walsh, but he's being DH'd for by Jaden Bowles. This brings up the third baseman, Daniel Byrne, number 24. I'm going to guess this young man's not a freshman. He's got a full beard. He takes fastball on the inside for 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs.
Nice pitch right there. Nice
Brings
pitch.
that cutter on the inside, gets him to chase, evens the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind has consistently stayed, a little bit of right center, but should not be much of effect. Here comes the pitch. Curveball drops in for strike number 3. So excellent return to the mound by the pitcher, Swiger, to go 3 up, 3 down with 3 strikeouts. And we'll be back to the bottom half of the inning when we return.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we are in the bottom half of the second inning with the Bulldogs leading 1-0 by a triple, stand-up triple at that, by Mr. Dane Murphy. Scored Hall all the way from first on a hit-and-run situation. Dane took an outside pitch, drove it to right field. It got by the right fielder in the air over his head. He took 2 steps in, and he definitely should have been running back on that one. And it got clear to the fence. Murphy stands up on third, and now we have the bottom half of the second inning.
Well, I tell you, they really pulled through right there, that last thing up the bat. That Dane Murphy, he's just been so clutch this year. I can't say enough about Dane. You know, he got colleges looking at him last summer. You know, for his age, they couldn't believe he was his age. You know, and now here he is in the 4 spot. He's late bunts. You know, all the way from triples to doubles. You know, just doing his work. He's doing a good job. And you know, now we're seeing these pitchers. You know, in the beginning of the innings, you know, these guys have worked so hard all summer, all winter. Now and now they're getting the chance to really show what they've trained for. And, you know, that's nerve-wracking for a kid. That's hard on a kid. You know, they've worked so hard, and now here it is. This is the big innings, the big days. And now they're finally starting to provide. They're finally starting to prove themselves on the mound. They're getting comfortable. And, you know, it's just good to see when good athletes really get to enjoy themselves.
At the plate is going to be Malachi Kelly. He's playing second base today. There's our player card. We appreciate the wiring in from our tech staff. I can talk a lot, but I'm not real good at tech, so I do appreciate that. It's another good thing for these young men as Malachi Kelly gets ready for his first pitch. It's going to be fastball inside for ball 1. So Malachi Kelly had a nice breakout game at South Harrison. Not only did he do well at the plate, but he came in and shut him down. He throws well off the mound, and we're going to see him today at some point as well as he sees fastball up for ball 2.
Yeah, Malachi did a really good job the other night at the game. Really performed really well. I can't wait to see more of him out on the mound.
I think he's very sneaky in the way he throws his fastball. It's a lot faster than you think it is. 2-0 count. He sees that fastball down low. And he's ahead 3 balls, no strike. Now let's talk about that 3-0 count. Usually this is where a coach gives the take sign, but you never know about Coach Nate. He's sneaky with these things. Fastball down low and away. So Malachi Kelly draws the leadoff walk. He'll be at first base. And now coming to the plate, senior Josh DeHaven, that's playing first base for us so far, number 3. Now, the good thing about Josh is we've seen him play all over the place. We've seen him play second base. Seen him play left field. We've watched him play first base, and we've also seen the young man on the mound. So he's kind of Mr. Utility.
Very versatile kid. Very versatile. He's just well-rounded. Good attitude. No matter where you put him, he's got a smile on his face. He's happy to be there. There he is with a base hit.
There you go. Base hit in the hole between third and short, and that brings up number 11. That's going to be Hunter Hayhurst. Man, Hunter had a great game at South Harrison. He started the game a little rocky on the mound, settled in, dominated from the mound after that. Then he gets almost hit the wall in dead center at South Harrison. So his bat's starting to come alive. We see him today get that start in the outfield. He's only a sophomore, but, man, he's an 80 to 82 guy on the mound. Got a lot of movement. He's definitely one of those guys that Coach is super excited about.
Oh, yeah, 6'4", 82, 83 mile an hour as a sophomore on the mound.
He lays down a sacrifice bunt up the line, so that's going to advance the runners. Excellent job by the 8-hole. It's exactly what he's supposed to do. Sacrifice bunt, moves 2 guys into scoring position, takes away the opportunity for a double play, and brings the hot bat of the catcher, Maxwell Nicholson, to the plate. And again, Maxwell at South Harrison put a ball off the wall. Had a couple great extra base hits there for us as we was victorious in our last game. So hopefully he continues the hot streak here in the box as it's 0-0, 1 out. Runners are at first or at second and third. Fastball up and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
I just love watching Maxwell. He gets upset you throw him a ball because he wants to hit that bad when he gets in the box. It's just good to see. There's another
Line
one.
drive in the hole between third and short, and that's going to score Kelly easily from third. Coach will smartly hold up DeHaven at third, and that puts Nicholson, the catcher, over at first. So now we got first and third. Speed is at the corners. Now, this is something we've talked about, this Doddridge team. They're fast.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got runners at the corner, 1 out, brings up our junior shortstop, Brody Brockelman. Takes fastball high for ball 1. Now we've seen 2 back-to-back base hits in that 6-hole. That's got to be reassuring for Coach Nate that, when you see a game like South Harrison where you had 14 hits, sometimes you worry how's those bats going to come in the next game.
That's right. Yeah. So, I think they're chiming, man. It's just getting to that point where they just continue to grow and grow.
Swung on, hit to the shortstop by Brockelman. Oh, he thought about home, then throws it to first. So RBI, little run batted in there by Brockelman as he gets out at first, and that's going to be 2 outs. Runner at second as the senior, Luke Rakiski, steps to the plate. Now, listen, Luke is dangerous at any time to leave any ballpark, and I think we're close to seeing one of those leave. We've seen him hit the fence so far, but I think it won't be long till we see one creep over.
The other day at practice, he hit 6 out during practice, so this is a guy that's just waiting to crack him off, so. I believe him and Caleb Hall had a little derby the other day. I think they put 13, 14 out in that little batting practice. It was pretty good.
They definitely can swing the bat. Caleb has 2 home runs on the year, one of which was a walk-off home run, and then the other home run was on the notorious 3-0 count at South Harrison. Swung on and drove into that 6-hole again, and we're going to try to score Nicholson from second, and we're going to have a stand-up single there. No play at the plate as Nicholson comes across, and the Bulldogs find an early success against the Southpaw from the Dots, and it's 4-0 Bulldogs, and we're seeing quite a familiar scenario. Luke Rakiski at first base after driving a run in. Caleb Hall steps into the box.
A little deja vu right here.
We've seen this time and time again. Caleb Hall settles in, awaiting the pitch from the Southpaw, the Dots. Rakiski over at first. He's fast. He takes off on the windup. Hall lets it go. For ball one, Luke is now standing safely at second. A base hit should score him. Hall goes on to the count. 1 ball, no strikes. His first at bat was hit by a pitch. Here's the delivery. Hall swings on, drives it into the hole between first and second. That's going to score Rakiski, and Hall has a single. And we have now found the hole on about 4 straight barrels.
They have definitely found the gaps in there.
Excellent job by the Bulldogs, and we take a 5-0 lead, and that's going to bring up Dane Murphy. Now, last time, same thing. Hall was at first. Murphy stepped into the box with 2 outs. Little deja vu in inning number 2. Last at bat, Murphy had a triple down the right field. Pickoff attempt over to first base. Hall slides back in.
It's not a bad move there. Not a bad move over to the first base.
Dane Murphy at the plate, sees the pitch. Ball inside. Hall takes off for second, and he is standing up with a stolen bag.
Yeah, man in sports scoring position now.
Oh, yeah.
Dane's got a job to do. He knows it.
Dane in his junior year hits a ground ball towards the second baseman. He gobbles it up, throws over to first to record the third out, but not before the Bulldogs push 4 across the plate. They go in the top half of the third inning with a score of 5-0, and we'll be right back.
Check this out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have Tristan Swiger still on the mound. Pitch count is super low. Gave up a few hits in the first inning. The Dots found 2 singles, more up the middle. And then he comes out in the second inning after getting a little bit of a cushion and retires the side, 3 up, 3 down with 3 Ks. And like I said before, the young man's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he has all the opportunity in the world right now, really, to produce some real good baseball. Even after high school, he's already got guys that are interested in him. I'm not going to say no names, but being a sophomore, there's colleges already talking about him. So he's got a kind of a paved way right here. But he's just got to produce. He's got to be. He is one of the great players. But great players, they have to stand up and they have to do the great things. And that's where he's at right now. And I think he's going to produce for us.
When you see a young man like him, he comes onto the field and he just, you gravitate your attention towards him.
Yeah.
He's not one of these guys that are flashy as far as excited and energetic. He kind of brings a somber approach everywhere he is. Where he shows off and stands out is when the ball is in play. He's very effective at the plate. He's got a lot more speed than people thinks he does, and he's got a rocket on the right arm, that right side of that body. So he's only a sophomore. Here comes pitch number 1, and that's going to be fastball up. And we've seen this young man pitch anywhere between 84 and 86 mile an hour, quite a lot this summer and fall. So big things coming from a little package. Swing and a miss.
He's got that cutter, too. He's really worked on that cutter real hard. It's got a real nice left tail on it, about 9-10 inch tail on it. For a fastball coming about mid-8s, with a nice little tail on it. It's hard to get on.
1 ball, 1 strike, foul ball straight back. And that's going to bring 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, when you, as a pitcher, see a guy foul a ball straight back, what you know is their timing was right. They just missed it, so the young man timed it up well. Looked for a different speed or different look. There it was. Flare over. Dane Murphy dives and almost brings it in.
Good hustle by Dane Murphy right there. Really laying it out. Bodies flying across the field. I like it.
That's all you can ask for as a coach. Give me all you got. That great hustle by Dane Murphy. The batter at the plate is Mr. Brumfield in the 9-hole. And he lives to see another day. Here comes Swigert with the approach. Fastball misses just outside and going to bring the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on and nobody out. Pitch delivers inside and hits him in the leg, and that's going to...
Was it his leg or the ground? I'm not sure. Okay, it did look like his leg from here.
Oh, I thought it hit his leg. I'm sorry. I must be completely blind. Hits the ground. I thought it hit his leg. It was way short, so it looked like it was in that leg, and the batter kind of gave a big sigh of relief. That ball had some heat on it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and fouled straight back.
This is a good at-bat here for them, fighting through, fouling these balls off, making, Tristan throw extra pitches.
It's tough when you come and you drive so far, get off the bus, and almost immediately straight to the field to try to play. We watched them pull up, and it was right before the Bulldogs really were going out to do their infield. So they didn't get a lot of time here to get loose and kind of get the muscles moving. So I would expect as the game goes to see these Dots play even stronger as the day goes.
I could see that for sure. They got some little athletes out here. I can see that. They're a little young.
Got a sword on him right there. That's the 4th recorded strikeout in a row. Swigert starting to feel it a little bit on the mound, and that is, if you are a polka dot, you do not want this young man to start feeling it. But I do know, Coach Nate's talked about this, today's going to be a short leash on some of these starting pitchers that we see because we got a lot of baseball next week.
Well, we got a lot of depth. We got a lot of depth. If one of these guys start walking a couple batters, they're done. I mean, there's some 5 guys behind them ready to pitch,
First pitch. Curveball on the outside. 1 ball, no strikes. I would venture to say that this will be the last outing for Swigert today. Could be wrong as he comes back door with that curveball again, and he evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and we have the leadoff hitter, Nate Christian, which is 1 for 1, back in the box. Had a base hit up the middle last time he was up, and we see curveball 3 in a row. 2 balls, 1 strike. What's nice with having that pitching depth is the hitters, they never really get to see a guy 2 and 3 times. Fastball, swung on and hit. Rakiski falls down in front of him, and that's going to be another hit for the young man that is out on the mound for, so as a pitcher, he's trying to do his job by putting the ball in the strike zone, and now he's also 2 for 2 on the day.
Still 1 down in the inning.
This brings up the left fielder, Nick Grayley. Nick is the left fielder for the Dots. He 0 for 1 on the day. As Swigert looks on, here's delivery. Fastball just up and out. Falls down in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on first, but we do have an out.
These guys have really been working on not getting to steal off the pitchers, and it's really showing there's not much time between the release point and that catcher getting the ball.
And he's changing up his movement every time. Sometimes a little bit of a leg kick, sometimes a great slide step. Yep. So he's given a lot of different looks, which as a runner trying to time up that pitcher, it's a different look every time.
Absolutely.
Slide step, fastball, just misses low, brings up 2 balls, 1 strike. With 1 out. If you're listening today, we're thankful that you're here with us on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. If you want to give us a shout out where you're from, if you got questions or comments about the Bulldogs or the Polka Dots, we welcome everybody to the table today. Fastball misses high, brings up 3 balls, 1 strike, and for the first time today, the Swigert is in a 3-1 situation. Off speed, misses low, and we have 2 runners aboard. As that brings up the 3-hole hitter, Mr. Jones.
1 down.
Yeah, it's just one of them situations where you get some foul offs, you get a guy on, and you walk another guy. He's got to suck it up right here. This is what it's all about.
We got runners at first, runner at second, one out. Jones at the plate, and we miss fastball just a bit outside. Here's the delivery. Fastball swung on, hit to the right side. Malachi with a diving stop, fires the ball to first base, but throws it low. That's going to get away. Great stop by keeping it in, but got up, rushed the throw just a little bit, and DeHaven was not able to scoop it out of the turf. Goes as a throwing error on Malachi. So we have bases loaded for the four-hole hitter, Jackson McCallahan. Bases loaded, one out. Fastball on the inside, and we fall behind. 1 ball, no strikes. Curveball just misses on the inside. Umpire wanted to call it, shook his head. And we've got 2 balls, no strikes. Fastball misses on the outside. We have 3 balls, no strikes. Swiger using a body rotation a little bit. Got to take a big, deep breath. Attack down the mound. Don't rotate so much up there, and I think we'll be just fine.
I kind of seen what's going on here. He's kind of opening up a little bit. It's what's wanting to sling the ball a little bit instead of just driving that front shoulder in there.
There it is. Fastball, 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. We really are just 1 pitch away. Middle infield, super tough. Let's try to get a ground ball over here to the shortstop and turn 2 and get out of this. Let's dodge a bullet. Dodgers have done a great job of dodging bullets thus far in the season. There's strike 2.
They're looking for a walk.
Man, he did not agree with that. So 23 chucks his bat over, thought it was ball 4. Umpire says, not today. So now here we go. 1 out. Bases are loaded with a full count. I expect to attack the zone here. Fastball down the middle, fouled off down the right field line.
A lot of foul offs. Again, a lot of foul offs.
Four-hole hitter looking at a full count here. 1 out. Runners are in scoring position. Fastball misses inside, and that's going to be their first run across the board for the Polka Dots. There's no way you could think the Polka Dots were going to come in here and roll over or think that they were going to just let somebody win. They got fighting them. They're 6-1 on the season, and they have put up a boatload of runs so far.
Yeah, I mean, you won some games like they have. They've put some bat on the ball, so they're going to hit the ball.
Coach is a seasoned veteran coach, so he's not really going to panic and worry. Here comes that ground ball. Can we get to 4-6? 3, yes, double play. Oh, he calls him safe. Calls him safe. So we got another run across the board, but it was a pretty turn. It was a slow grounder to the second baseman, but it was a great flip, great turn. Just didn't get that second out. So
just beat him out. Huh?
Just beat it out. Runners are at first and third. 2 outs. Swiger fires back in there. Past the bat of number 17, Logan English. The young man before him was number 15, Colton Dunbar. Bulldogs have given up 2 runs in the top half of the third as the runner takes off-speed pitch, and they are now going to have runners on second and third with Mr. English at the plate.
1-1 count here, Tristan. He's really got to capitalize on getting up on the count right here.
Ground ball back to the pitcher, so he steps, throws across, records the third out of the inning, but not before the Polka Dots get a few runs back.
Yeah,
we go to the bottom half of the third. The Polka Dots 2, but your homestanding Bulldogs still sitting at 5. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the sunny afternoon here at the gorgeous ballpark of the Doddridge County Bulldogs as we are in a dogfight. It's 5 runs, 2 runs, so we've got the Bulldogs at 5, the Polka Dots at 2, and we have the pitcher on the mound is still the same guy for the Polka Dots, Mr. Nate Christian. Stepping into the box is Mr. Swiger as the leadoff for the bottom half of the third. Swiger's also our pitcher, so we have pitcher versus pitcher. And so far, the win has gone to Mr. Nate Christian. He's 2 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, Nate's really put the bat on the ball. He's come through clutch a couple times. It's really good to see him. It's hard to battle between being the pitcher and then coming in to hit and having 2 tasks like that and staying focused. Let's see how he does right here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So usually when someone's pitching, they don't hit for themselves. But here we go. Young man is toeing the rubber, bottom of the third. Swiger takes fastball up for ball 1 as the catcher short hops the pitcher. I bet that don't happen a whole lot. The coach did talk about the young man behind the plate. He's very tough. He's a good kid, but he is just a freshman. So this is game number 8 that he's ever played in high school.
Okay, yeah. And you can kind of tell he's a little younger, but he's back here hustling. He's getting the job done. He looks pretty good for being a freshman.
Swiger awaits the pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Takes an outside fastball, hits across the shortstop, but it gets away from him. But great hustle by the catcher. He's there, which is going to keep Swiger at first base. So we'll have a throwing error by the shortstop. Swiger reaches first on an error, and that's going to bring number 8, Malachi Kelly, to the plate.
How important is it for that catcher to follow up that throw right there? That just saved him a base.
Oh, it's huge. You know, a lot of catchers want to stand and watch that guy run. He took off immediately. He was right there. So, young man, great job, great hustle. That just kept a guy out of scoring position.
Yeah, good hustle, about 22 there.
Pickoff attempt. Just a bit short. Swiger slides back in safe, and we are looking in the bottom of the third with the leadoff runner on, and I would say Swiger with his speed is going to attempt to take a bag here. He takes off, pitcher delivers a ball high, and Swiger is safe at second. Polka Dots already this year have played a few people that we are about to play. They've already played Ravenswood. They have played South Harrison. That is incorrect. They are done. I'm looking at the standings. So far, Doddridge County stands at the top of the LKC. Poca's at 6. And if I look and see who Poca has played, they have played Tug Valley. They've played Harmon. They've played Tyler Consolidated in a doubleheader where they split that. So that's a very common opponent. Then you look over at Roan and Braxton. They beat Roan and Braxton. Malachi hits a pop fly to the infield. He's having a hard time finding it, and it lands just foul.
Malachi might see another day.
If we look back at this schedule so far, it looks like they beat the Dots, beat Tug Valley 9-7. They jumped back to Hannon, and they beat them 20-4. They played a doubleheader with Tyler Consolidated where they lost the first game 10-9, won the second game 21-10. So, listen, just because you beat them in the first doesn't mean you're going to beat them in the second.
I know, that's right.
They turned that day around real quick. Malachi, line drive up the middle. Swiger was already moving, so that's going to score a run on the hard line drive single by Malachi Kelly, and that's going to bring up to the plate number 3, Josh DeHaven.
That's real good baseball right there.
Let's look back at the schedule for the Dots. Then they followed up after Tyler. They went and played Midland Trail, beat them 10-0. They beat Roan County thus after at 11-1 and beat Braxton County 19-8. So a couple people that we'll see. Kind of nice to see that even matchup. Polka Dots have joined the LKC conference, so we welcome them to the conference. Pitch is short, gets away from the catcher. Malachi gets a good read, and he's now standing on second base.
It's good to see these guys. I've seen myself already 2 hit and runs that came through clutch already, and it's not even it's the bottom of the third inning. You know, that's just Bulldog baseball right now.
Pitcher delivers. DeHaven looking on, hits a line drive. Is he going to get over the center fielder? Nope, falls right in. Good barrel, but just an out, so good attack.
One down the inning.
And that brings up the left fielder, number 11, another sophomore here for the Bulldogs, Hunter Hayhurst. So if you look at this lineup for the Bulldogs, you got Luke Rakiski, Caleb Hall, and Josh DeHaven as seniors. That's it. Everybody else is sophomore, junior. So they do have a young team if you look across the spectrum of the lineup. Fastball, outside corner, bloop over top the shortstop in between center field, and we have a base hit by Hunter Hayhurst. And it's nice to see him. He had a base hit last time. Now he's 2 for 2 on the day.
You know, it's funny, Ben, because there was a couple guys that were doing really good, and then you'd have a couple in the lineup that were a little struggling. But now you're starting to see all of them starting to produce.
Yeah.
They're all starting to come together. It's a really good thing to see.
At the plate, the catcher, number 9, another sophomore for the Bulldogs, Maxwell Nicholson. Now, Maxwell's the guy behind the plate, doesn't get a lot of credit as he definitely deserves it. He is the prime catcher for the Bulldogs. He'll catch 95% of these games. And last year he did the same thing as a freshman. So although he's young on paper, he's pretty seasoned.
Oh, yeah. Maxwell's got a real good attitude right now. He's serious. He's serious. It's good to see.
He awaits the delivery. Runners at first and second. Curveball does not break to the plate. So he goes 2 balls, no strikes. We do have 1 out, but it was on a good barrel. It was an out to center field. Good barrel so far. Malachi Kelly with line drive. Followed up by the bloop by Hunter. Fastball inside. Gets the corner for strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners are on first and second on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon. But I am kind of glad we're looking from inside the glass.
Yeah, it's nice in here in the press box right now. I hate to say that because somebody's out there listening to that.
Here's the pitch, low, which brings up 3 balls and 1 strike. So if you're the hitter right here, you should be ready to rock and roll. Should be a big swing if he likes it. And as the coach tells him, it's got to be on a tee.
That's right. It's got to be his pitch, and it's got to be perfect right here. That's for sure.
Delivery. Oh, and it plunks him, so that's going to put the bases loaded. Bases are loaded. That's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, a junior, Brody Brockelman, our shortstop. Those of you that have been watching our broadcast, a lot of people have said they've been hearing this door squeak behind us. Well, I wish the camera could show. I just handed it over to Justin. Justin's going to take his headset off, and he's going to go spray some WD-40 on the hinges of this door so we can stop hearing the squeakiness of this thing come across the broadcast. So hopefully he gets that quieted down. We're just trying to improve the overall viewing pleasure of this broadcast. And each day, a couple games ago, we brought back the camera in center field, which has enhanced the view. I hope you all still have liked that. Then we've now brought up the player cards as they're coming to the plate, and now we're trying to quiet down the squeaky mouse that's attached to that big, heavy green door. And as of right now, I think it's the door 1, Justin and WD-40, 0. He's trying, though, folks. If we had a camera back here, he's going to get an A for effort. It's not getting better, he says. That's okay.
1 down the inning.
We'll give it a minute.
Bulldogs everywhere, and that brings to the plate the shortstop.
At the plate is going to be the shortstop, number 2, the junior, Brody Brockelman. Brody is a young man that so far through his career has seen success stacked upon success. He's a guy that's going to be between 30 and 40 hits in a season. He's already done that in the sophomore and freshman. Delivery is low, and we've talked about his pitch selection. Usually Brody is one of these guys that don't get rattled at the plate, doesn't get excited. He doesn't care if he's ahead or behind in the count. He knows what he's hunting.
No, he's got a real good demeanor at the plate, no matter what the count is. That's facts.
So Brody awaits the 1-0 pitch. Bases loaded as the infield creeps up, and the pitch gets away. Malachi Kelly coming to home plate. The catcher can't find it.
Good hustle, Malachi Kelly right there. It was a little bobble behind the plate and got it in there.
It wasn't a bad pitch by the pitcher. Pitchers, you got to be able to throw that dirt pitch.
Sure.
Catcher, just the backspin of it. So if you're looking at that on a curveball, that ball actually bounces opposite of the direction it's going because of the spin.
You know, what's crazy is every pitcher's a little different. So one pitcher will throw one in the dirt, it'll come out a little different, and the next pitcher will be a little different than the next one.
Swung on, drove into left field, so Brockelman drives in what's one run so far. We hold up. That's Mr. Aiden Pigg out there doing some pinch running for us. Aiden Pigg is a freshman that came into the game a couple games ago. Late in the game, got his very first base hit, then got walked his next time up. So coach giving him some love, puts him in as a pinch runner for our catcher. And we've got runners on the corners. Rakiski, the senior, at the plate in the 2-hole. Look for Brody to probably take off for second once he sees the delivery, but we've got a timeout by the pitcher. He steps off the back of the mound, rethinking things. Score, if you're just joining us, is 8-3. Brockman takes off, fastball low away, and now we've got runners in scoring position. Second and third with one out. Rakiski looking on to do what he's done so well so far this year, driving runs from the 2-hole spot.
I was going to say something, but I don't want to jinx Luke right here. He's due. We'll keep it at that. He takes
fastball. That's right. He takes fastball inside, 2 balls, no strikes. And Luke is a deceptively big kid. Luke is about a 6'2", 6'3" kid. A lot of whip in his swing. So when he does connect with one, he can drive a ball pretty deep. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball is low, and what you start seeing here by the pitcher, he's starting to give a lot of glances over into the dugout.
I'm seeing it.
That's never a good sign by the pitcher. When you start seeing a pitcher look to the bullpen and look to the dugout, usually what follows is the bullpen starts active.
Yeah, I was talking about Luke. It's not that Luke's been doing bad, because that's not the case. Luke is just not. He knows where he's at. He's got more to give, and he's about to give it. It's coming.
Fastball up the middle, fielded by the pitcher. Nice job. Help yourself out there, Mr. Pitcher. Retires the 2-hole.
2 down on a nice snag by the pitcher.
And that brings up the senior Caleb Hall to the plate. Caleb is batting just over 600 for the year. About 12 or 13 RBIs so far, and he looks to add on to it here where he has runners at second and third. And the pitcher, we're going to have a little conversation from the head coach, comes out, and he takes the ball. Pitcher gives it up pretty willingly.
Yeah, I think he already knew he was giving.
So we're going to see a new arm as they look out to the outfield. They bring a pitcher off the bench. We're going to see number 9 is what it looks like come to the mound as the righty replacing the southpaw for the Polka Dots. And we will be right back after these short messages.
Key Oil Company has been a proud member of the North Central West Virginia community since 1978. Key Oil Company has been drilling and producing gas and oil in West Virginia for nearly 50 years. Home office located in Weston, West Virginia. Key Oil Company is a proud supporter of all Doddridge County student athletes. Let's go Bulldogs! Looking for automotive service you can trust? Turn to Rokiski Service Center in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Family owned and operated since 1924. We've proudly served generations of local drivers with dependable, honest automotive care. From routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, and tires, to lift kits, custom wheels, and off-road accessories, we help keep your vehicle ready for anything. Visit Rokiski Service Center at 798 West Pike Street or call 304-623-2836 today. That's Rokiski Service Center, 304-623-2836.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a new pitcher on the mound. At the plate is Caleb Hall, number 7, as he awaits the first pitch. Swung on and hit foul, thankfully. He's regretting that decision. So now we have Brody Brockelman at second base. Aiden Pigg is over at third. And Hall in the box. We have 2 outs. Swung on and drove right back where it came from. A line drive up the middle, and that's going to score 2 runs. And another single by Hall. The score is 10 for the Bulldogs, and the Polka Dots with 2. This brings up to the plate number 10, the cleanup hitter, Dane Murphy.
2 runs across on the play. That brings to the plate number 10, great Dane Murphy.
What's that?
The umpire's talking to us. I don't think it was to congratulate us. Pretty sure it was they didn't like the music playing so long. We're just excited up here, folks. We get excited in Bulldog Country. First pitch, strike to Murphy, but Hall takes second. And that's going to allow a runner to be back in the scoring position. Folks, if you're joining us, it is 10 Bulldogs, 2 for the Polka Dots, and we have a 0-1 count on the cleanup hitter with 2 outs, Hall at second. Swung on and hit to the shortstop. Shortstop fires across the diamond and records the 3rd out of the inning. Bulldogs, however, push 5 across the plate, and that takes us to the top of the 4 with a score, Bulldogs 10, the Polka Dots 2.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Check this out.
Welcome back. We have the top of the 4th inning here. Tristan Swiger right back on the mound. Tristan is a sophomore, one of the aces in the Bulldogs' deep stable. Coach Justin and has watched this young man a lot play this summer. He's been excited about his future here as a Bulldog.
Tristan's just a real good kid. He's an all-around athlete, state level champion track and field. This kid's just got a good attitude. He's got really good stuff, got good velo for being a sophomore. By the time this kid's a senior, he's really going to have the stands full of people that we want to see here, I'm just really looking forward to what he's doing. He's up today. He's gave up a couple hits. That's what you get. When you throw hard, all you got to do is put the bat out. Then you won't make things happen. And, they've got a couple fall in. But, with Bulldogs playing how they're playing, we're handling the business, and that's all that matters.
All right, so what we're seeing here is the DH, number 9, Jordan Bowles, at the plate. And the DH right now is 0 for 1 on the day. But as we have seen in the last inning, the Polka Dots, although they might have their back up against a wall, they're not going to go away quietly. 6-1 record coming into today. Swing on and a miss. Fastball by the bat. Brings up no balls, 1 strike. Swigert delivers. Fastball. Fouled off to the right side. A host of Bulldogs tracking, and it hits just off the right field fence in foul territory for a long strike 2. Great hustle by the right side. We've seen the first baseman there. The second baseman was there, and the right fielder. So always good to see that kind of hustle.
No, I was just talking about Tristan's velo is pretty good. He didn't come around. He was a little late on it. It's just putting the bat on the ball. You throw the ball hard, the ball will come off the bat,
No balls, 2 strikes. We've seen a couple times him come with that curveball here in this situation, and he does so again in the dirt and gets the guys swinging.
Nice pitch, nice slider from Tristan.
Great pitch.
Yeah, keeping the ball down and away. So, real good pitch by Tristan Swigert.
This is going to bring up the right fielder, Aaron Wash. Swigert goes for the delivery. He put a little extra behind that ball there on the outside for strike 1.
Nice spot there, getting up in the count.
No balls, 1 strike. Off-speed pitch just misses on the inside. Number 24, Daniel Byrne, is at the plate. So 10 must have.
If you notice there, Tristan, how the ball kind of went a little wild on him, he pulls that front shoulder through a little bit. You can kind of see exactly where the ball's going to go before he throws it, which is just because I've been working with these guys. I'm real happy with them. Being an athlete isn't just about being able to maneuver and being able to do things. It's about being able to do something repetitive the exact same way over and over and over again. And, being an athlete like these guys are, it's showing that these guys can do that.
Count is 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out to the batter. As Byrne looks on, fastball pushed right by the bat to bring up a full count.
Nice pitch. He's behind here a little bit. Let's see what number 24 will do.
Here comes the delivery, full count. Fastball again finds its way right past the bat of the hitter. And that brings up 2 recorded strikeouts in a row, and we are just adding on to these strikeouts for the sophomore and having a great day on the mound so far for the Bulldogs as the breeze slightly starts to come straight in from center field.
I think he's at 7 strikeouts right now, Ben. It's pretty good.
At the plate, number 22, Grayson Brumfield, as he sees a curveball on the outside of the plate for strike 1. So here we go. Tristan Swigert commanding a couple pitches for strikes. Ground ball hit back to him, fielded, flips it over to the senior first baseman.
Good job. Good.
And we are now going into the bottom half of the 4th inning with the Bulldogs 10, the Polka Dots at 2, and we'll be right back.
Check this out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a correction to who was at first base on that last play. That is another one of those freshmen that the Bulldogs have over there in the bullpen, or in their dugout. Mr. Wyatt Gain. So that's the first time we've seen that young man on the field so far this early in the season, and it's always good to see these young guys be able to step in and play. So right off the bat, he gets in, gets a ball flipped to him. Welcome to Doddridge County Baseball.
Yeah, that's right. Wyatt's one of these guys that's been putting in the extra work on the off season. Not only coming to practices, but he's always doing the extra stuff. Been working out a lot up there at the WVU Biomechanics up there indoor facility. He's a freshman. He's just learning to grow into his body. A lot of these guys grow so fast, they're a little uncoordinated. But he's getting to that point where he's starting to catch up with his body size, and it's starting to show. And they're giving him a chance to prove himself. So that's what's important right now.
Yeah, it's always good to see when you get a chance. Now, here's what happened. The Polka Dots were supposed to come in and play at noon with their JV team. Coach gave us a text message this morning, said, Coach, we got some injury, we got some sickness going on. There's no way we're going to be able to come in and play a JV game. So it's nice when you can get these young guys into the game, and it's not just a handout. These guys have earned it. They've deserved to get in there. So nice to see them sneak into the ball game. So my apologies. That was not Mr. DeHaven over at first base. That was the young man, Mr. Wyatt Gain.
Yeah, good job, Wyatt.
On the mound for the Polka Dots is number 9, which was the DH. He snuck in there last inning, Mr. Bowles. And we're going to have Tristan Swiger as the leadoff. Tristan has pitched a gem of a game so far, has already recorded 7 strikeouts. And when he gets to feeling good, he's definitely a difficult guy to hit. And I tell you, this is a team that has swung the bat. You look up and down this lineup, guys batting 600, 500, 400.
I did see that, yeah.
And I will tell you, after today, I don't think they're going to be quite as high.
No, probably not.
They got to come in here and face the staff that the Bulldogs have, and they got to play us twice.
That's right.
So you have one bad day, it's one thing, but when you have a bad day and 2 games in that day,
it's going to be a bad day.
So that can really put some damper on the stats. So let's hope it stays that way in the Doddridge County favor, as we see Tristan Swiger in the home half of the 4th inning. What would be nice to see a couple runs pushed across, get 3 outs, and let's get this first game over with.
Yeah, sure.
Sophomore pitcher, plays middle infield here for Doddridge. Also yesterday, I believe he recorded 18 foot 4 inches in the long jump, and then he wasn't too happy with his pole vaulting. I asked him today as he hits a line drive laced back to the second baseman, swung on and struck hard, but just right at the second baseman. I asked Tristan, listen, how'd your pole vault go? He said, I don't think I took third. Wasn't real happy with it. He said, I haven't been able to pole vault yet this year because of baseball, but he was still over 13 feet. He said, that's all right, I'll get to 16 pretty quickly.
Okay.
Malachi Kelly steps into the box for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you notice he probably finished it up just exactly right. He finished with a positive remark on it.
Yeah, he said, I'm not worried.
Right.
That's his mental approach to everything. Malachi Kelly had a line drive up the middle last at bat. Sees the pitch on the inside, tries to break down into the zone, but just fails. So we go 2 balls, no strike. However, we do have 1 out. Malachi is 1 for 1 on the day. Drew a walk the first time up. Swung on and hammered to left field. And that's going to fall right into the glove of the left fielder. But, man, again, another well-struck ball just right at him.
These guys are really making adjustments here. So you have some teams that are really good with fast pitching, some teams that are a little struggle with the slower pitching. This is where these guys got to make the adjustment. It doesn't matter what the pitching is. You make the adjustments to put the bat on the ball, and that's what makes you a great team. That's the difference in good and great.
At the plate is our freshman Wyatt Gain. To see his first pitch of the season, he takes ball high. So here's our young man that was over at first base that recorded the out. We've seen another one of the young men do some pinch running for us, Aiden Pigg, and now we have Wyatt Gain here. He's looking on second pitch, swings on and misses as he sees a curveball to the outside.
I don't think he wanted to swing at that. He was already half deep into it, and he was already there, so you could tell he didn't want to swing at that.
Here we go. Big guy. He plays third base, plays some first base. No balls, one ball, one strike, and now he takes ball 2 on the inside. I like seeing these young men get in the ball game, play with the older guys. Sometimes they get these young guys in at the end of the game and they're playing with just young guys. But when they get to play with the older guys, it matures them a little quicker.
It does, yeah.
Swung on, fouled back.
Iron sharpens iron. We say that all the time.
That's right.
You got mediocre ball players and you got the elite ball players. The mediocre doesn't really agree with the elite because they're pushing so hard, and the elite don't agree with the mediocre. So there's only one way to go with this, and that's put it all forward.
2 balls and 2 strikes. We have 2 outs. Wyatt Gain at the plate. His first ever high school at bat. And he hits a ball just foul down the third base line.
And he actually had one the other night.
So we have, on a Saturday afternoon, Mr. Wyatt Gain at the plate. Swung on and a miss. Off speed gets him to the inside of the plate, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning as the Bulldogs sneak up into the top half of the 5. Nobody across the board, no hits, no runs, no errors, and we go to the top half of the 5, 10-2.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Bulldog Station in Doddridge County Sports is a winning combination. For all your pizzas, subs, and salads, call Bulldog Station at 304-666-1364. Open Monday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday and Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bulldog Station located at 323 West Main Street, West Union, West Virginia. Let's go Bulldogs!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game with us. We have in the top of the 5th a new arm on the mound for the Bulldogs, which will be our shortstop, first time this season that toes the rubber, Mr. Brody Brockelman. Brody's not a guy that you see typically on the mound a lot, but I will tell you that he can compete on the mound. I've watched this guy throughout the years play. Definitely can compete.
He can, yeah. Brody throws a lot of strikes. He gets in the zone. You can maybe put the bat on the ball with him. Actually, he's probably right at 78, 80. That's not too overpowering, but he's got a nice breaking ball. He throws lots of strikes. He's just good to be on the mound.
Malachi Kelly slides over from second to the shortstop, and we have Mr. Aiden Pigg at second base. Another freshman, so we have a sophomore behind the plate. We have a junior on the mound, a junior at third, a senior at short, a freshman at second, and a freshman at first. So we're in the top half of the 5th inning. Coach is trusting these young men. Hold on a minute. We got another guy here at behind the plate is number 10. So that's Jesse Caton behind the plate, if I'm not mistaken. Or is that Joey DeHaven? Joey DeHaven. I don't have a lineup in front of me, so I'll hear people correcting me a ton.
No, that's you had it right.
I've got number 10 behind the plate.
Yeah, you had it right.
Well, I don't have my lineup card. Someone took it for somewhere else. So number 10 is the first time we've seen him behind the plate.
Jesse.
I thought it was. I thought it was Jesse Caton. Fastball outside, catches the corner for strike 1. So Jesse Caton seeing some action this afternoon already behind the plate. Nice to see these young guys getting in there before the game is over. Foul ball down the right side. And Brockman doing what he was supposed to do, come in, throw strikes.
Good
and
job,
he's ahead. No balls, 2 strikes.
Up in the count early. Looks good for Brody.
Off speed, little change piece, got him swinging, and that's going to be the first batter up, first batter down with a strikeout from Brody Brockman. Nice job by Mr. Caton keeping the ball in front of him.
Brings up number 18, Nick.
At the plate, number 18 is going to be hitting Mr. Grayley, and that was the leadoff hitter that we just got out. That's his first time today being recorded out. Yeah, he's 2 for 2, so now he's 2 for 3 as we bring up the left fielder in the 2-hole, Nick Grayley. Brockman delivers, fastball low, and now he's behind. 2 balls, no strikes, but we do have 1 out. Fastball past the bat of the 2-hole, Grayley, and we got 2 balls and 1 strike. Ground ball over to Mr. Pig. He gobbles it up, throws it over to the first baseman. So
Good
freshman
job.
to the freshman and records the out. So we have quickly 2 guys up, 2 guys out, and we are looking at the 3-hole hitter number 4. This is Mr. Jones.
Yeah, real good job, Aiden Pig there, lining up right down the center, alligator the ball up. Good job getting it over to first.
Plate number 4, Cooper Jones.
In the box is Cooper Jones. He is 1 for 2 on the day as we have a curveball behind him. That's interesting. Brody Brockman on the mound for the first time this year. Freshman now behind the plate, Jesse Caton. Wyatt Gain, freshman at first. Aiden Pig, freshman at second. Like to see these young guys in there giving some shout out and love anytime that we can. And I'm looking out in left field. Did we have a change in the left field? So Joey DeHaven in left field has changed. That's a little further than my eyes can see, but that's right. There's another young man in the game. Joey DeHaven is in left field. Brockman goes 3 balls, no strikes on the 3-hole hitter, Mr. Jones. It's 1 for 2 today.
3-0 count. Brody needs to fight right here. Hopefully he doesn't lose this.
Fastball right down the middle. So fastball down the middle is going to bring up 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Fastball swung on, drove to center field, but don't worry, Rakiski camps and records the out. So 3 up,
Good
3
inning.
down for the junior on the mound, Brockman, and we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning with a score of 10-2, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the bottom half of the 5th inning, where the Bulldogs are ahead 10-2 over Polka Dots. On the mound, we have the second pitcher for the day for the Dots. It's number 9, and he's come in, done a pretty nice job. It's Mr. Bowles. He was the DH for them to begin with. Kind of looks like a guy that throws some junk, off-speed guy. I think I've seen a knuckleball or 2 in there maybe. Doesn't have the ability to throw a ball by you, but it looks like he has the ability to fool you with his off-speed stuff. Just not a guy that's going to sit back and rear and throw it by you. So let me look at the stats here as we are bringing up Mr. Jesse Caton to the plate. I want to see these young men as far as the pitching is concerned. Mr. Bowles, number 9, is actually a senior. He has pitched 5.2 innings prior to today, as Max Preps tells us. Mr. Bowles, he's had 15 batters that he's faced. He has given up 15 runs. 9 of those were earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So he now has seen 2 innings here. So about 7 innings he's pitched so far this year. Put up a 0 on us last inning.
Okay. Yeah, so we got some freshmen, some younger guys here in the lineup.
Caton swings on the first pitch he sees, pops it up to the second baseman. And people are laughing because you hear these freshmen come to the plate. The seniors get to pick their walk-up song.
Oh, yeah.
And Jesse Caton's walk-up song is I'm a Little Teapot.
It fits a little guy.
Yeah, so these guys get to pick their walk-up song. So now we have coming in to hit.
That's right. The little guy's got big work ethics. I promise you that.
Joey DeHaven, number 5, snuck in left field. He played last inning in left field. He gets his at bat today. And he sees ball 1. So we got 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th. Like to see these young guys come in. Let's see them take care of business, get the bat on the ball. He awaits the pitch outside. He watches it all the way, and he's got 2 balls and no strikes. So far, Mr. DeHaven looks good at the plate. And we welcome these young men to Doddridge County baseball.
He's hungry.
Fastball outside. Catcher leans to his right. Takes that ball to the outside. 3 balls, no strike, and I will bet Mr. Coach down there is not going to give the go sign on a 3-0 here at this situation, but you never know. Nope. Fastball just misses on the outside corner, and that's going to bring up the pitcher now. Number 2, Brody Brockelman. Brody so far today he's got no hits. He's reached on a couple errors, however. So he's been productive, has an RBI, but the balls he's hit's been hard, but just been thrown away or bobbled at the bag. So he has found his way on base, has been productive and scoring some runs. So he's waiting for his pitch. Fastball outside, just misses. 1 ball, no strikes. DeHaven stands at first base, getting his signal from the signal caller, Coach Wright. He takes off. Brody swings.
Big swing by Brody there.
Listen, Brody was looking for that school bus, and that school bus is parked up there on a hillside.
I think he was. Good swing by Brody there.
He hasn't seen a whole lot of good pitches to hit in the first couple of games. Now, South Harrison, he had a couple nice singles that were timely. But first couple of games, he's been pitched around as we have a pickoff towards first base. It's kind of interesting, the lineup that the first baseman is doing. He's actually standing in foul territory. So we got 1 foot back in, but that's different.
Different way to straddle on the bag right there like that.
Yeah. Brockman drives the ball left field. That's well hit. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And we have runners at first and second as Brockman finds his first base hit of the day on a very nice line drive into left field. And that's going to bring up the senior Luke Rikiski to the plate. And we've said this time and time again, the young man's got a lot of pop behind the swing. Seen some extra base hits thus far this year. Hopefully add to those as we got runners at first and second, 1 out. First pitch finds its way as a ball, low and inside. And as an older hitter, these sometimes are so hard to hold off on because they look so good coming in, and then they just disappear into the turf as he sees ball 2 on the outside.
Yeah, someone like Luke, he's just a high-speed hitter. He's the type that, he likes his hard fastballs. He can catch up with them. So you get these guys that are a little bit slower. He's got to move up in the box and, make the adjustment. It's harder than what it looks.
So we see a ball find its way past the catcher, and that's going to advance the runners a bag. So we're going to see runners at second and third, 1 out. And as a pitcher, you're facing 2 of the toughest hitters probably in the state. You got 2 guys back-to-back that can swing it. So 3-0 finds its way right down the middle, which is good. Luke is excited about that. Now he gets to see another pitch. I will promise you, if this ball is anywhere near the plate, I look for him to come unglued. And he did just that line drive down the left field line, hooking just foul.
Just foul.
A well-struck ball brings up a full count.
Probably put out there about 300 feet. Just foul. Real nice shot. Real nice turn by Luke.
Looked like a breaking ball to the inside. Not a lot of break. Here comes the pitch, full count. Oh, we got a time called by the umpire. Not sure what we're calling here.
Left fielder.
Well, here's the deal. Left fielder was still out there doing who knows what, looking for the foul ball, and the pitcher starts to pitch. I mean, that's on the pitcher. I've never seen an umpire stop the game for that, but pitcher's got to be well aware where his guys are. So we got runners at second and third. Brody gets a lead almost clear to the third base bag. Not sure why, because we got Mr. Joey DeHaven camped out, Josh DeHaven over here. And that's going to be off the handle. That could potentially fall. Nope, center fielder is there, and we didn't tag up. We just ran and didn't pay attention. So that's going to be a double play to end the inning as base running errors cost the Bulldogs a couple runs, which could have been possibly the end of the ball game. But instead, we go to the top half of the 6th after laying 2 goose eggs in a row, 10-2.
Check this out.
Welcome back as we hear, I think it's Todd Fogarty with the Put Me In Coach. Got to love these old school baseball songs, and a lot of time this new stuff today doesn't take me back to ballpark feel, but this sure does.
1998 right here.
I'm telling you, put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play. And if we're saying that, nobody new comes in the game, but we do have a little bit of shift. We have Dane Murphy slipping from third over to shortstop. Malachi has now worked his way over to the third base position. Aiden Pigg is still going to be at second. Wyatt Gain at first. So here we go with the Bulldogs. This is the top of the 6th. The score is still 10-2. Brockelman on the mound. He delivers fastball just outside for ball 1. Temperature has gotten a little warmer. It's 46. However, Coach Rakiski still down there bundled up like he's ready for the Antarctic as we see fastball inside for ball 2. So here we go. We got 2 balls, no strikes. The wind crisp out to right center. Brockelman delivers fastball to the outside, and this is where Brody needs to work a little more mechanics, Coach. What are you seeing here? Just rushing a little bit.
I see him just he's not in focus. He just kind of got tripped up there on the bases. I think he's kind of bringing the last things that happened out to the mound with him right now.
So now we see him deliver a good strike.
There was a strike. He just needs to it looks like he was just getting a little bit lazy on his windup. He wasn't really kind of – now he is. There it is. That's better.
3 balls, 1 strike, delivered a fastball high, got away from the catcher. That's going to bring ball 4, and that puts the runner aboard. So leadoff runner is on and now brings up to the plate number 15, Colton Dunbar. Colton is the 5-hole hitter, has also played first most of the game. And he awaits the pitch from the junior righty. He squares the bunt, and we got a stolen base. That's not a bad throw by the young freshman from behind the plate. Not bad at all. Nice one hop.
He's coming a long way. Little Jesse is down here. But catcher, yeah, he is. He really is. He's made a lot of improvements already. Throwing the ball down, blocking the ball. He's doing really good back here. I'm real proud of Jesse. 1
ball, no strikes. Brockelman to the inside. Has 2 balls, no strikes. Now, what he doesn't want to do is get too deep here in this hole. He is going to rely heavily on the fastball. He delivers. Fastball swung on into right center. That's going to fall in for, it gets past both outfielders. Now we're going to have a guy score, and he has slides in safe for the double.
Got a little ball squirt through right there between center and right.
Yeah. So they score their first run. So Polka Dots put a score across the plate here, making it 10-3. And you have that feel where we start to get a little lackadaisical, on this game 1. And what you can't do is let a team like this that has high potent offense get some confidence. Ground ball, Malachi fires across to Wyatt. Nice job. Confidence on both sides.
Good job, Brody Brockelman, covering right there. Malachi, real good chopper, got the ball over there. Brody rounded up and covered third while he come across the center of the field. It was a real good job by them guys.
I expect Malachi to make a play like that, but what I'm impressed with is Wyatt, as soon as he fields the ball, bounced off the bag, was ready to fire across.
Nice.
Yeah, good job by the young freshman over there at first as we record the out.
Okay, Brody, nice pitching.
Mr. Bowles at the plate, the DH. Takes a half swing at pitch 1, and we have no balls, 1 strike. He delivers fastball to the outside. Evens the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're watching this afternoon, we're excited to have you. We have game 2 coming up as well. A lot of baseball today to be played by the Bulldogs here at this gorgeous stadium. So I hope that you can tune in and enjoy us for the day. If you got comments that you want to leave, we love seeing the comments. Got questions, give a shout out from where you're at. I know we get a lot of people from out of state. We've had people from other countries tuning in, so we're very thankful to WVRC for the ability to have these broadcasts for these young men. And here at Doddridge County, they use this for everything for these kids. So it's not just something for sports. It's something for the students of Doddridge County. Brockelman, 3-1, 1 out, and walks the DH. And that puts runners on the corner. And that's going to bring up number 24 to the plate, which is the big man, Daniel Byrne. And Coach Wright wants to go have a little conversation. Brody looks like he'd like to give that ball to him. He's going to flick it right to him. Look at me. Hands it before the coach asks. So we'll be right back after these messages as we see Mr. Evan Kelly coming in the game. The southpaw going to be on the mound, and we'll be right back.
Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia, is a family-owned and operated business. We have a full showroom with displays of flooring ranging from luxury vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, carpet, sheet vinyl, carpet tiles, and more. We offer commercial and residential installation. Let's turn your home or business into something special. Call 304-869-3969. Financing is available. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Ellenboro Floors, located at 23 West Washington Avenue in Ellenboro, West Virginia. Call 304-869-3969 or visit us on Facebook.
Right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we see the southpaw for the Bulldogs take the mound. This is a name that we have said quite a bit so far this year, Mr. Evan Kelly. And Justin, I'm going to let you take it away and give us a rundown of the strong lefty.
Well, so Evan's another young guy that's really up and coming. Like this past winter, he's really put in a lot of extra effort. Did a lot of at-home exercising, really on a nutrition program. He's really strict on his diet and stuff. I'm just real proud of Evan. He's constantly asking, wanting to do something different. What can I do for this? He's the kind of guy that's got a really high IQ and is constantly absorbing what you throw at him. So you got to make sure what you're throwing at him is the right things, Some of these guys, you kind of throw something at them and it kind of just brushes off of them and they kind of try it, this and that. No, not Evan. You put some facts in there to him, and that way we'll use him on the mound as soon as you say him to him. It's just really good that he's out here today. I like seeing him here.
He definitely has a couple pitch mix here to him. He's a lefty that his fastball really is not the powerful pitch, but because of what he can do with his off speed, the fastball's effective.
It sets it off. Yes,
he's not a guy that's going to sit there and try to blow a ball by you, but because of his craftiness at the plate, it allows the fastball to be effective at about a 74, 76 mile an hour fastball, but it's the off speed stuff that sets it up. So here we go, Junior on the mound. We've got runners at the corner. At the plate is the big man, Mr. Byrne. Evan Kelly on the mound. One out in the top of the sixth, and the Polka Dots have already put a run across the board. So the Bulldogs got to straighten up here. They got to get their head back on. This ball game is far from over, and the day is far from over. So here we go. Evan Kelly fires ball one on the inside. So we got one ball, no strike. Runner takes off. And now we're sitting with runners on second and third with one out. A base hit could score two, and all of a sudden you've got yourself a ball game.
Seeing a little nerves out there by Evan right now. It's okay. He's going to throw two balls in a row, which is kind of unheard of for Evan because he's always in the zone. So he's just got a little nerves running in him.
Evan attacks down the mound.
There it is.
Fires across. Strike one. That's that fastball that just comes across the plate, sneaks into the hands of the batter. And we got 2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball, same spot, but just a hair more inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. And if we do remember, he missed a game or two this week because of being super sick.
He was,
so hopefully seeing him, first time back on the mound after missing some school, missing some time, it's good to see him back. But a lot of times you're a little weaker than what you were. 3-1, fires inside, and he puts the first batter aboard. And this is going to load the bases up. And all of a sudden, you get that feel that the Polka Dots brings in a 6-1. They bring in a 6-1 record, scoring 15, 18, 20 runs in ball games. They are not going to roll over and just play dead. So here we go. They've got 1 run across already in the top of the 6th. Evan Kelly from the windup fires inside, strike 1, and that's a good response to an early walk.
And I think also Evan was out in the bullpen. Who knows how well he got loosened up out there. So he could be having a little trouble.
Could be 1 pitch away. Drove into right field. Hall underneath of it. Could see a contest at home plate. He was kind of falling back. So I would say we'll see a safe here. So we have a fly ball into right field for an out, so that's always positive, but that also turned into a run across the plate, and that makes the score Bulldogs 10, the Polka Dots 4.
They're not giving up, Ben. They continue to fight. This Poca team, they continue to fight, and they continue to have, they have some grit about them. You can tell they're not giving in.
That shows that the coaching staff here for the Polka Dots, they've instilled in these young men to not quit. Game's not over until we have the final out of the bottom of the 7th inning. And when you play a team like that, you got to make sure that you finish them off, because if you let them stay around, you know what happens. You let someone stay around long enough, they're going to start believing they can beat you.
What do they say? If you hang around the barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut, right?
That's right. That's right. As we see an advance here, we got now the runner at second, advances a third on a pitch that was a little bit low and bobbled, so a great read. They're aggressive. Coach looks over at their guy on first and says, why'd you not advance as well? This coach still believes he's going to win this ball game. Evan Kelly, 1-1 count, 2 outs, delivers down the mound for low for ball 2. Low for ball 2, so 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. At the plate is the leadoff hitter, Nate Christian. He swings on, pops this ball up to the left side. We've got Malachi Kelly underneath of it and makes the catch in foul territory. We dodge a little bit more of a bullet, but not before the Dodds puts 2 runs across the board. It is 10-4 going into the bottom of the 6th. And when we come up, we're going to see 3, 4, 5 at the plate for the Bulldogs.
Mission in motion. In Doddridge County schools, our students are becoming future ready, rising up with bright minds and big goals. Together, we are united to make a difference.
Welcome back as we are heading into the bottom half of the 6th inning here. It looks to be going to be a new hitter for the Bulldogs, as well as a new arm for the Polka Dots. Looks like we're going to see number 17. Have not seen him yet this year that I'm aware of. I was not at the South Harrison game, but we are going to see number 17, Austin Osborne. He's going to bat for the senior, Caleb Hall. And I'm looking here, trying to get the pitcher's number as he turns around. Number 32. There we go. We got it. Number 32 is going to be our pitcher. I'll get you a name here in just 1 second. Number 32 is going to be Mav Stone King. Mav Stone King is what I have here on my card. So we're going to see this young man toe the rubber for the Polka Dots. Looks kind of young in the face. Let me take a look and see where he's at as far as his age. Stone King is, tell you what, he's got one of those looks that's going to pay off for him when he's older. He is a senior. So he is a senior. He's seen 1.1 innings thus far, given up 5 hits, 6 runs. 3 of those were earned and has had no walks, however, with 1 strikeout. So he is early in his senior career for the Polka Dots, and he is going to face another senior that, as far as I can tell, will be his first at bat for Doddridge County in his career. He moved in from the, I believe, from the South Carolina, North Carolina, somewhere.
Yeah, I believe he's from somewhere down south. Mr. Osborne, Mr. Oz. He came in playing baseball with a bunch of a real tough group of kids, that have been playing together for a long time. It's hard for another guy to come in and mesh with them guys, but, Osborne's really done a good job. All the guys really like him.
They do.
Yeah, he's got a good attitude, and he's out here trying. He's getting better.
And that's all you can expect. You have these guys come in and fit in. One thing that's really great about this school, even though it's a small country school, a lot of times that's a tough nut to break because of the continuity of the kids and how long they've been together. But here at Doddridge, man, once you're a Bulldog, you're a Bulldog.
I can see that.
It doesn't matter if you've been here for 1 year or 10 years. They just love people that love people.
Yeah, I can see that. There's a bunch of group, the fans, not only the fans, the parents, the team. It's really well knit out here. It's good to see.
I truly believe Doddridge County is one of the best kept secrets in the state of West Virginia. So we welcome this young man here. So he's going to see his first pitch of the day as we see the windup coming from Mr. Stone King, and he throws a fastball.
Oz is ready.
Oz is right back in the box, buddy.
He's not even getting out of the box. He's ready to go.
So even though Oz is a senior, he's not had a lot of game time experience here. So we're kind of on the same side as what's he going to be like as he takes strike 2 to the inside of the plate.
He didn't like it.
So we quickly go no balls and 2 strikes. Stone King looking for his second strikeout on the early season. Fires a ball and then there dribbled to the second baseman. We could have a play at first base, and they get him just in the nick of time. So ground ball to second base results in the leadoff out, and that's going to bring up number 10, Dane Murphy, to the plate. And I know one thing. From up here, I would like to see another run or two come across that board to make me feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, they scored a couple runs that last inning. It seemed like it was just some lackadaisical things happening with our team there.
Stone King's going to face the cleanup hitter, Dane. Dane's been on fire the last few games, and so he fires a fastball outside, and that's going to bring up ball 1. Dane is a junior, plays the corners for us. Last game played first, now back over at third, and today's actually slid over into that shortstop position. Again, one of those things we've talked about with Doddridge, how versatile they are and where these guys can play. And it's so important as a high school player. Just play baseball. Be an athlete. Play every position.
That's it. Dane was just playing shortstop,
Yeah.
First base a couple of nights ago, third base, shortstop. He's versatile.
And what you don't realize is the young man is a phenomenal catcher and works great behind the plate. So
I've heard that.
So he definitely is a guy that is Mr. Utility as he waits 3 balls, no strikes. Green light. Boy, he wanted to swing at that pitch. Hopefully he gets one just like it, because I will tell you, if Dane does something, he's going to do it with full power. If you watch this guy play football, he's middle linebacker, and he is an absolute demolisher when it comes to hitting. So he is hoping for another fastball, same spot, and he chases one in the turf.
These boys are hungry. You can see it. They don't want to walk. They just want to hit the ball.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Dane Murphy at the plate. Stone King on the mound, facing his second hitter of the afternoon. And it's ball low and away. That puts the cleanup hitter aboard with a walk.
Good at bat by Dane right there, keeping the plate covered up there.
Coming to the plate now is number 1, Aiden Pigg, which Aiden is now he's a freshman, but he's playing second base for us. Already had a nice play in the field. Now, I'll tell you, Coach, he's putting his batting average on the line.
I like Aiden. Aiden's a good hustler, good attitude. He's going to be really good here for the team the next couple years. I see big things coming up for Aiden.
He gets in the box, settles in, awaits the pitch by Stone King, takes off. Dane Murphy takes off to steal second. So now Aiden Pigg's got the ability to have an RBI on this base hit if he can put one together. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out with a runner on second. Aiden Pigg is looking for the second pitch from Stone King. Here's the delivery. It's going to be a fastball on the outside, just misses for ball 2. Pigg, here comes the pitch, inside. So he got 3 balls, no strikes. Come on, Coach, give him the green light. Let him take a hack. Let him take a hack.
A score like this late in the game, it could be understandable, the 3-0 green light. Nope.
Fastball down the middle. Totally was not the green light. He just focused in, watched it, hoping for that same repetitiveness right here. So we got 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Dane Murphy's on second after drawing a walk. Aiden Pig looks on. Fastball swung on and missed.
Big swing. Big swing, big swing. There's a little ahead of him there, I think.
Just a little bit ahead.
He was a little
Aiden
ahead.
Pig's also a phenomenal football player. He's has been in that backup quarterback role, looking to fight for position somewhere on the gridiron this fall. Fastball outside, but what he has found and fought for was a trip to first base, and he's been awarded that by a walk. So we now have runners at first and second as the senior, number 8, Malachi Kelly, steps into the box with 1 out. Stone King has walked 2 in a row. Malachi hits a hard ground ball just at the feet of Coach Nate, which puts 0 attempt on it to try to stop the ball.
I noticed that. He's got better hands than that. We'll have to say something to him.
And then we have Justin up here in the box, and Justin and Coach Nate are brothers, so I'm sure they're going to have some words about that after a bit.
Yeah, he's got better hands than that. I hit many ground balls of that boy. He knows better than that.
So here we go. Malachi, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners are at first and second. Stone King gets the sign, and he comes to deliver and just peppers Malachi in the shoulder. So now we have Mr. Wyatt coming back up to the plate, number 24, and he's going to have bases loaded. Now, Wyatt is one of those guys where a little bit unorthodox in the swing right now, but when he makes contacts, he can drive a baseball.
I was noticing that he's getting a little more pop on his swing.
He is.
He's getting the ball out in front a little bit. He was waiting for the ball to come back on his hands a lot there before in like a chop swing type thing, but now he's getting the bat out on the ball in the lane, over the plate. He's starting to put the ball in play a lot better.
Stone King has quickly found bases loaded, and we have a ground ball to the shortstop, tries to come home with it, so he's going to get the run at home. So we had a ground ball to shortstop that gets the play at the plate, so that's going to keep the bases loaded as Caton comes to the plate.
Number 18, Jesse Caton.
And we have 2 outs. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Jesse Caton at the plate, looking for something he can drive in the gap, get a couple RBIs, and we'd all feel better. He swings on, dribbles it back to the pitcher. Don't know what's going to happen here. He comes to home plate. He's on the plate. He caught the ball first. So what we have here, folks, there was no need for a tag. It was a force out at the plate. His left foot was on the plate, so as soon as he caught it, the runner was already out. So we go now into the top half of the 7 with the Doddridge County Bulldogs 10, Polka Dots 4, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Bulldogs are in the top half of the 7th with a score of 10-4. And here's what the Bulldogs are looking for. They are looking for 3 outs as fast as possible. They get that. That puts the game over, and then we'll be going into the game number 2 after about a half-hour, 45-minute break to get these guys something to eat. So if you are watching, if these 3 outs come about quickly, what we'll do is we will give a real quick recap of the game, announce our players of the game, and they probably won't come to the press box until after game 2. Okay. And then we'll bring these guys up and have a little chat with them. We'll talk to Coach about it. But first off, standing in the way of that is 3 outs.
That's right.
Polka Dots have put some runs on here in the latter innings, showing their resilience, showing the fact that they do not want to make this drive and just give up. So they have stayed tough. They have fought. Evan Kelly is going to be on the mound, the junior lefty hurler for the Bulldogs.
So this is Kelly's 3rd outing this week. He's been seen 3 times for closes. He came through the beginning of the week clutch at the end of the game, did a really good job shutting him down. I was sick also during the week, but now he's here. I didn't even know he was going to be playing today because of his illness, but here he is on the mound today. Let's see what he's got.
At the plate for the Polka Dots is going to be number 18, the 2-hole hitter, the left fielder, Nick Grayley. And he's still searching for his first hit of the day. He's had some good at-bats, just hasn't found the right spot of the turf yet. Kelly delivers, fastball behind him, misses home plate by about 9 feet. Sometimes as a coach, you tell them that's a great start. Get them thinking that you can't hit the zone. Now next one, pepper it right in there.
I'll put it right in there,
yeah.
Right behind it, yep.
Kelly delivers, fastball down the middle, but just a hair low, and that's going to bring up 2 balls and no strikes.
Good pitch. Come back again, Kelly. Good pitch.
Grayley at the plate, left fielder, 0 for 3 on the day. Kelly delivers inside, just off the plate, and that's going to bring up 3 balls and no strikes. And if you're Polka Dots, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for some free trips up that hard 90. Fastball misses low, so on 4 consecutive pitches, Grayley finds his way on the bag, and that's going to bring up the 3-hole hitter, Cooper Jones. Cooper has had a hit so far today and has found his way on the bag a couple times.
You know, Ben, I'm starting to notice these guys. Once you get some reps in and you get your pitch count up a little bit, or if you're later in the week and you start getting tired, you start seeing arm drag, you start seeing front shoulder pull through, you start seeing glove side pull through. It's just little things, and it's just little mechanic stuff that starts happening whenever you start getting a little tired, and that's what I'm seeing. It's late in the week. He's been sick. I'm seeing his glove hand pull through a little bit more instead of the glove hand pulling under. It just little stuff, little adjustments to make. Nothing big. I just kind of see what's going on right now.
He delivers strike 1 to the batter. However, it was a fake bunt as the runner takes off from first and now is standing 90 feet away safely. So we have a runner on second, no outs as the 3-hole hitter pops up. Dane Murphy from third base comes in and calls it, records out number 1 in the top of the 7th, and now we're not really worried about runs, we're worried about outs. Let's find these next 2 outs as quickly as possible. And the cleanup hitter, Jackson, number 23, the center fielder, comes to the plate. He's been walked his last couple times up. So he's had good at-bats. Breaking ball finds its way in the zone. And he gets ahead. It's the first time he's been ahead this inning.
Wrap that right around the plate. Looked pretty good pitch.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second. Score is 10-4 in favor of the Bulldogs. The fastball misses high.
Good pitch, Evan.
Again, we are glad those of you that have tuned in. It looks like about 65 TVs, 61 TVs have turned their way in to watch these Bulldogs compete, these Polka Dots compete. So we are excited to have you guys, and always good to hear from you throughout the day. We would give a big shout out and thanks to all of our sponsors and to WVRC for providing this for these young men, these young ladies across these counties. So we're thankful for that. Evan Kelly, 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out, fires inside and just misses. So 3 balls and 1 strike here in the top half of the 7th, and the Bulldogs are hunting 2 outs.
It's a big out right here. It's a big out for the got to make right here with this guy on second.
From the stretch, Evan delivers. And that gets by the glove of the catcher. So now we're going to see runners at first and third. So runners at the corner with one out. And that's going to bring up number 15, Colton Dunbar. He's been the first baseman.
So one down the inning. That brings to the plate number 15, Colton Dunbar.
Bulldogs have gotten a little bit too lackadaisical, Coach, here for myself. You know, when you play these teams like this, you're eating up innings that you don't need to be eating up. Put your foot down, get them over with, and put the game away. And we've just not done that today.
I like seeing them put these subs in and stuff and letting these guys get some work. I mean, it's a good, but then again, it's like, don't you just shut the door, get the first job done or the first game out?
Yeah, that's what I would do. First game of the day, just go ahead
shut
and
the
get
door
it down.
on it, and then later on we got stuff to play with. But you know, on the other hand, these guys are younger; they're getting experience that probably some of these other guys aren't getting. And you know, you got to respect Nate trying to get everybody in there, get some at bats, get some swings, and that's what it's all about. You know that, Ben. Even this summer, we were rotating constantly, getting guys some playing time, no matter what.
What these guys have got to do, these older guys are the ones that seems to be the ones that's taking the lackadaisical. It's not the subs.
That's right.
These subs have been hungry to get in. I love that. It's the older guys did not keep their intensity along with it. Yeah, I love getting these younger guys in. They've been battling. They deserve it. I love seeing them on the field. But, hey, older leadership, keep the intensity up.
I think since third inning, it's just been
coasting. Look at the scoreboard. Fourth inning, no runs. Fifth inning, no runs. Sixth inning, no runs. And that didn't come from our young guys being in.
Yeah, there's no reason for that. I totally agree with that.
So here we go. No balls, 2 strikes. Evan Kelly with 1 out. Southpaw hurler. Going from the windup with runners on second and third. Takes a quick glance, fires down the mound, foul ball.
Good at bat, good fight there.
So far, this is the lowest score that the Polka Dots have been held to in this early season, and he swings, fouls the ball back, and it ricochets away, and we're still no balls and 2 strikes. So back to that, the Polka Dots have put a ton of runs up, and this is by far the lowest outing they've had.
It is. It actually is. Probably hits and all. It's probably everything all around, a little less of everything.
Swung on, drove to center field. Rakiski comes flying in. That's going to fall for a base hit, and that's going to allow a score to run. We fire it up past the catcher, and now we got Polka Dots running everywhere. So in the top half of the seventh, the Bulldogs have again allowed the Polka Dots to score some runs. And we've got runners at second and third with 1 out. And we're having a problem trying to find that second and third out of the inning. So we've got 1 out, runners at second and third. At the plate is number 17, Logan English, looking for his first hit of the day. Kelly fires.
Okay.
Past the bat. Now we have 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1. Kelly's still up in the count here. See if he can produce.
Takes a quick glance over to the third. Comes down the mound, fires. Ball inside, just misses. And if you're just tuning in, it is a game that the Polka Dots are refusing to go away with. It is 10-5, and we have a sharp hit to left field, and we drop it. We drop the ball in left field, so that allows a run to score. So now we're in a 4-run ball game. They have scored 2 this inning, and the score is 10-6 with a runner on first and second. We have an error by the left fielder, dropped the fly ball. Guy from third was able to come in and score. So now this brings the pitcher that is in now,
I think
Stone King.
Joey DeHaven was even surprised the ball was in the air coming at him when it was hit off the bat. Here goes
surprised. The runners trying to steal. Now we have runners in scoring position, second and third. Takes away the option for the double play. Number 32, Stone King, is in. And now we're getting the glances from our pitching staff over into the dugout. And here comes Coach Nate to have a conversation. So we'll be right back after these quick messages.
Check this out.
All right, so Coach comes out, has his conversation with Evan. Stone King is at the plate. We got runners at second and third, one out. Ground ball botched off the hand of the pitcher. Malachi comes across and botches that. And now we have the score 10-7. 10-7. Nate's making a quick visit back out to the mound. And we're going to find out what's going on. And I don't want to say panic mode has set in here, but when you have a team that drives 2.5 hours, when you have a team that is 6-1, you've got a team that has scored 15, 18 runs every time they've been out there. When you get them against the ropes, what you can't let them do is get a big, deep breath of fresh air. We have done a lot of subbing. But at the same time, our older guys have kind of put a little lackadaisical into the game, and now we're sitting at a 10-7 ball game, one out in the top of the seventh, and since the third, Doddridge has not scored, and the Polka Dots have scored 5. So 10 runs in the first 3 innings by the Bulldogs, and now we're subbing starters back in. Scary situation.
I see the umpire talking to the guys on deck over there, timing out the new pitcher. He's not real happy about it. Mr. Joe Jett doing his job. Thank you, Blue.
Okay, so we have substitutions back in all the way around. And sadly, and I'm going to say this, sadly, we've had one error by one of our young guys. We had the error in the left field. Other than that, it's just we've not taken care of outs that were given to us.
Yeah, I'd agree.
You know, they put the older guys back in, but it wasn't the younger guys that made the mistakes.
No.
It was our temperature. We cooled down. We thought the game was over. You cannot let off until the game is over. We got Brockelman back at short. We got Dane back at third. We've got Tristan Swiger at second. We got DeHaven back at first. We got Malachi Kelly on the mound. We got our starting catcher back in. We're back to the starting lineup, but here's the other problem. These guys have been sitting on the bench for the last 30 minutes, and they've been detached from the game.
Yeah, now they got to get loose and back up. Now they got to get their head on right, and it just doesn't turn right on and off like that. You know, it takes some effort. Hopefully Malachi comes in here, gets these outs out, or gets these outs and shuts them down.
What was a 10-2 ball game on a sunny, crisp afternoon has turned into a dogfight. It is 10-7. Runners are at first and third as the Dots are smelling some blood in the water. Number 24 is at the plate, Daniel Byrne. Kelly fires, strike, fastball down the middle.
I could definitely see a fire getting lit after this game here.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Fires. Oh, we throw the ball down the third base, trying to sneak in behind. No balls. I'm sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Advanced runner from first to second. Now a base hit scores 2. You've got your tying run represented at the plate. Malachi fires, strike.
That was a cross between a sinker and a cutter that cuts back into you. That was a nice pitch.
Kelly, strong right arm, 6'4", deals on the outside of the plate, and that's going to bring up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, what Malachi has going for him, he's a senior. He's got some experience on the mound. He does have a strong right arm, and that 6'4" frame does help. Fires, fastball, just misses on the inside, brings up a full count. If you thought you were going to go get your popcorn and potato chips in between the game, you better not go quite yet. Fastball misses, low and away. Bases are loaded.
I'll tell you, Ben, we've been playing with fire right here. We've been playing with fire since the third inning, and it's kind of coming back on us. You're right. If you're scoring 14, 21, 18 runs a game, what's 8 runs?
They don't care. Fastball down the middle, low, misses. At the plate is number 22, Brumfield, the 9-hole hitter, and the Dots are begging to get that top of the lineup back up that has been explosive today.
Okay.
Brumfield chases a ball outside. Thanks for the help. Brings up 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases are loaded. We are 1 pitch possibly away from this game being out of there, and then we can all breathe again. Fastball outside, misses.
I've got real good faith in Malachi. He threw a couple days ago at South Harrison and closed an inning, and he did a really good job. He looked really good. They're probably not real warmed up right here. Just came right off the bench, throwing, not warmed up,
Fly ball, second base. That's going to be infield fly rule, so that's an automatic out. Now we can take a little bit of a breath as we have bases loaded, 2 outs. However, this brings the top of the lineup up, and Nate Christian has found his way on base many times today. He has got a couple hits already recorded as the lefty steps in the box. He's been lethal up the middle, so I would shade that way. Fastball fired just a bit up, and that's going to bring 1 ball, no strikes.
Just a bit up.
Bases are loaded with 2 outs. If you look back at the score that's up there on the board, you've got the Bulldogs scored 10 runs in the first 3 innings and has not scored a run since. That same 3 innings, Polka Dots only put 2 on the board. Ground ball up the middle. This should do it. Flipped over to shortstop, and we dodge a bullet as the Bulldogs take game 1 with a.
There it is.
Let's not do that again. But it is a 10-7 victory. However, so we are going to take a short break. We will be back here to talk about the player of the game, a little quick recap, and then we'll get ready for game 2. So be with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and we're going to cover the player of the game. However, we're not going to bring them up in the booth until after game 2. So as soon as this is over, we are going to disconnect for just a moment. But player of the game, Justin, who do you see as our player of the game?
I'm going to go with Tristan Swagger. I think he had 7 strikeouts. He threw really good. He had good command. I think he's already threw once this week, so his is the second time thrown this week. So he got a little tired there, probably 3rd, 4th inning, but he threw a real good outing. He threw hard. His stuff was working, and I think he gets player of the game because we got up when he was in, and the tempo was right. But when they pulled him, his tempo fell.
Yeah.
So that's thinking that they need to capitalize on and really notice, but. Other than that, I think it should go to Tristan Swagger. He got the win today. He deserves it. Let's let him have it.
Sounds good. Tristan Swagger is game 1 player of the game. We're going to take about a half-hour break here as we get something to eat. The players are going to get something to eat, so we're going to jump off the live stream. But here in about a half hour, 45 minutes, get ready for game 2 action from the home of the Bulldogs, where the Bulldogs take game 1 from the Polka Dots with a score of 10-7. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, and we will be right back after a bit.